You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Sunday, August the 30th, 2020. The Twins and Rays played each other. Final score of this game, 8-2. The Twins won this one. The Rays got both of their runs in the first inning and had the lead till the sixth. The Twins tied the game in the sixth by scoring 2 runs, and then they followed that up with a 4-run top of the seventh, and they scored 2 more in the top of the ninth inning. Rich Hill got the win, and Andrew Kittredge got the loss. The Athletics and Blue Jays played each other. Final score of this game, 7-4. The Blue Jays ended up winning, mainly because they had 6 runs scored in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Athletics scored 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th, so they were chipping away toward the end of the game, but they fell short by 3. Tanner Roark got the win, and Chris Bassett got the loss. The Astros beat the White Sox in a close game. 7-6 was the final score of this one. The Astros scored their 7th run in the top of the 5th inning. That was part of a 3-run top of the 5th inning. The White Sox were trying to claw their way back after that. They scored 2 in the 6th and then put up 3 in the 9th inning, but still fell short by a run. Zach Greinke got the win, his 14th of the year, and German Marquez got the loss, his 9th. The Angels and Mariners played each other in an AL West matchup. Final score of this game, 14-6. The Angels ended up winning this one. This was an odd game because the Mariners out-hit the Angels 16-12, but lost the game by 8 runs. Shohei Ohtani got the win, his 7th of the year, and Connor Sadzik got the loss. The Red Sox and Tigers played each other. 13-2 is the final score of this game. The Tigers blew out the Red Sox in this game. The Tigers had some early offense. They got a run in the first inning, then they scored 6 in the 3rd, and they followed up with some more offense in the 6th and 7th innings. They got 3 in each of those innings. The Red Sox scored 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th for their only run production of the game. Spencer Turnbull got the win, and Nathan Eovaldi got the loss. The Yankees and Indians played each other. The Yankees broke their losing streak in this game. They won 8-2. They got 4 right in the first inning, and then they got 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. That was toward the end of the game. The Indians scored once right in the first inning and then scored once in the 6th inning, but that was it for them. Garrett Cole got the win, and Aaron Savali got the loss. The Orioles and Rangers played each other. 8-7 was the final score of this game. The Rangers won in the 10th inning. This game took an extra inning to complete, but the Rangers ended up getting the job done. The Rangers out-hit the Orioles 17-7, but the Orioles were scoring with efficiency. They got 7 runs on 7 hits, but committed 2 errors in this game as well, which played a factor in them losing this one. The Orioles had a big breakout inning. They got 6 runs in the 6th inning, and they had the lead until the Rangers started coming back. The Rangers got 3 in the 6th and then 2 in the 7th inning. That tied the game at 7, and then neither team scored until the 10th inning was played when the Rangers walked it off. Nick Goody got the win, and Richard Bleer got the loss. The Rockies and Braves played each other. This game took 19 innings to complete, so this was 2+ games in one, and the Rockies won this marathon of a game. Final score 5-4. There were hits aplenty in this game. The Rockies had 19 hits. The Braves had 13. The Rockies committed 2 errors as a team. Just quite an impressive game. 19 innings. The Rockies won 5-4. Wade Davis got the win, and Luke Jackson got the loss. The Diamondbacks and Marlins played each other. 5-4, the final score of this game as well. The Marlins won, though, as the home team. This took an extra inning to complete, but the Marlins were able to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th. Yimi Garcia got the win, and Guerra got the loss. The Brewers and Reds played each other. This an NL Central matchup. Final score 7-6. This game took 12 innings to complete, and the Brewers ended up winning it. It was quite an even game. Each team had 12 hits in this game, and each team scored the 12th inning. The Brewers put up 2, and they needed that extra insurance run because the Reds scored 1 in the bottom of the 12th and then fell short by 1. They couldn't come back to at least tie it. JP Fireeisen got the win, and Raisel Iglesias got the loss, his 6th of the year. The Cubs and Mets played each other. 9-5, the final score of this game. The Cubs ended up winning. They got 9 runs on 10 hits. The Mets got 5 runs on 6 hits. There was plenty of offense from both teams to go around in this game. The Cubs scoring 4 in the top of the first was really the difference maker, though, because without that inning, the game would have been tied at 5 after regulation. Yu Darvish got the win, and Rick Porcello got the loss. The Phillies and Nationals played each other 2-1 in the final score of this NL East matchup. Runs came at a premium, and each team scored in just one inning in this game. The Phillies got their first and only run right in the first inning. And the Nationals in the seventh scored 2 to take the lead, a lead which they kept, allowing them to win the game. Steven Strasburg got the win, his 15th of the year. Zach Eflin got the loss, and Sean Doolittle now has 38 saves on the year. The Pirates and Cardinals played each other. 4-3 was the final score of this game. The Pirates won this NL Central matchup. The Pirates 4 runs on 9 hits. The Cardinals got 3 runs on 7 hits. Chris Archer got the win, his 9th of the year. Adam Wainwright got the loss, and Keone Kela now has 26 saves on the year. The Padres and Dodgers played each other in an NL West matchup. Close game. The Padres ended up winning 3-2 was the final score. The Dodgers out-hit the Padres 6-5. The Padres scored first. They got a run in the 4th inning. They tacked on an extra in the 7th. The Dodgers had come back to tie the game in the bottom of the 8th. They scored 2 in that half inning, but then at the top of the 9th, the Padres scored another run, allowing them to take the lead, a lead which they held on to, allowing them to win. Craig Stammen got the win, Dylan Floro got the loss, and Kirby Yates now has 45 saves on the year. And the Royals and Giants played each other. 5-1 was the final score of this game. The Giants ended up winning this interleague game. Each team had 5 hits in this one. The Giants just made the most of their offensive opportunities, while the Royals did not. The Giants scored right in the first inning. They got 2 in the first, 2 in the 5th, and then 1 in the 7th, while the Royals scored their first and only run in the 7th. Johnny Cueto got the win against one of his former teams, and Jacob Junis got the loss. Let's take a look at standings now. Starting in the American League East, the New York Yankees are 78-58. They snapped their losing streak after beating the Indians today, though they've still lost 7 of their last 10. They lead the division. The Blue Jays are 76-63, 3.5 games back of first. They also won today. The Rays are 72-64. They're 6 games back of first. They lost today. The Red Sox also lost today, though they've won 7 of their last 10 games. They're 70-67, 8.5 games back of first, and their divisional elimination number is 18. And the Orioles lost today. They've lost 2 in a row. They've lost 6 of their last 10. They're 51-85 overall, 27 games back of first, and they have been mathematically eliminated from winning the division today. In the American League Central, the Twins are 88-49. They snapped a losing streak as well today. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games, but they still lead the division. They have the best record in the American League, and they have the second best record in Major League Baseball. The Indians are 77-59. They're 10.5 games back of first. Their divisional elimination number is 16. They lost today. The White Sox have lost 2 in a row. They lost today. They've lost 7 of their last 10. They're 75-61, 12.5 games back of first, and their divisional elimination number is 14. In the American League West, the Athletics lead with an 81-55 record. They lost today, but they've won 7 of their last 10. They've been hot recently. The Astros, with the Athletics losing today and them winning, the Astros have gained a game on the Athletics. 3.5 games back of first they are now. They're 78-59, and they've won 8 of their last 10 games. The Angels are 64-73, 17.5 games back of first. Their divisional elimination number is 9. The Rangers are 60-72, 21 games back of first. Their divisional elimination number is 6, so they've won their last 2 games. And the Mariners are 57-81, 25 games back of first, and their divisional elimination number is now 1. Here are the wildcard standings in the American League. The Astros have the top spot. They won today. The Indians did not. So the Astros now a half game above the Indians. They have the first wildcard spot. The Indians are 77-59. They have the second wildcard spot. They lost to the Yankees today. The White Sox are 75-61, 2 games back of that second wildcard spot. They've lost 2 in a row. They're falling further back. The Blue Jays won today. They're 76-63, 2.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. The Rays still hanging around. They're 5 games back of the second wildcard spot with a 72-64 record. And the Red Sox still lingering as well. They're 70-67, 7.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. They lost today, and their playoff elimination number is 19. Every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 13 games back of that second wildcard spot. The Angels have a playoff elimination number of 13, the Rangers 10, the Tigers 9, the Mariners 5, and the Orioles on the brink of being eliminated from playoffs. Their playoff elimination number is now 1. They have a 51-85 record. In the National League East, the Braves lead with a 78-59 record. They lost today. That's allowed the Marlins to get even closer to the division lead. The Marlins are 77-60, a game back of first place. The Nationals getting back into it as well. They've won 3 games in a row. They're 77-61, 1.5 games back of first place. The Phillies are 67-69, 10.5 games back of first. Their division elimination number is 16. They've lost 3 in a row. And the Mets lost today. They're 60-76, 17.5 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 9. In the National League Central, the Cardinals lead with a 77-59 record, though they lost today. The Cubs gained a game since the Cubs won today and the Cardinals didn't. The Cubs are 71-66, but they're still plenty of games back. They're 6.5 games back at first, and their division elimination number is 20. The Brewers are 64-72, 13 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 14. And the Reds, who have lost 2 in a row, are 55-82. They're 22.5 games back at first place, and their division elimination number is 4. In the National League West, the Dodgers are still leading. They're 88-51. They have the best record in Major League Baseball, but they've lost their last 6 games. The Padres are 74-63. They're 13 games back of first place. They've won 4 in a row, but they're still a large amount of games back of the division lead, and their division elimination number is 12. And the Diamondbacks lost today. They're 71-66. They're 16 games back of first, and their division elimination number is 9. And here are the wildcard standings in the National League. The Marlins have the top spot. They're 77-60. They're a half game above the Nationals, who are 77-61. They have that second wildcard spot. The Nationals are on a 3-game winning streak. Padres have won 4 in a row. They're 74-63 overall, 2.5 games back in the second wildcard spot. The Cubs are 71-66. They've fallen back, but they're not quite out of it yet. They're 5.5 games back. They need to go on a hot streak if they want a chance to snag a wild card spot. The Diamondbacks are 71-66 as well. They're also 5.5 games back of that second wild card spot. Both the Cubs and the Diamondbacks have a playoff elimination number of 20. And the Phillies are under 500 by a couple games. They're 67-69 overall, 9 games back of that second wild card spot. They've lost 3 in a row, and their playoff elimination number is 17. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 12 games back of that second wild card spot. The Brewers right now have a playoff elimination number of 14, the Rockies 9, the Mets 10. The Reds have a playoff elimination number of 4, and the Giants, as of today, have been eliminated from the 2020 postseason, the third team to get eliminated from playoffs this year. They have a 50-86 record. And let's take a look at league leaders, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. JD Martinez has a .346 average. He's the leader. Miguel Cabrera, the next best, with a .333, and Francisco Lindor, third best, with a .325. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a .345. Nolan Arenado, the next best, with a .339. And Paul Goldschmidt, the third best, with a .330. Hits leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the most, 191. Miguel Andujar, the next highest total, with 178. And Miguel Cabrera, the third highest, at 173. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 185. Ronald Acuna Jr., the second best, with 177. And Nolan Arenado, the third best, with 172. In bat leaders in the American League, JD Martinez leads with 552. And in the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 573. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon, the leader, with 46. Jose Abreu, 3 behind him with 43. And 3 behind Abreu is Andujar, who has 40. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 55. Christian Yelich, 15 behind him with 40. And Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds up the top 3 with 39. Triples leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has the most. He has 8. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Adam Eaton each have 7. They're tied with the second most. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 13. Victor Robles and Andrew McCutchen tied for the second most, and they're both at 8. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton still at the top. He has 46. Sean Moncada, the next best, 5 behind Upton with 41. Nelson Cruz and Chris Davis tied with the third most. They're both at 38. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. about to reach 50. He's only 22 years old. He has 49 home runs right now, and he leads all of Major League Baseball. Paul Goldschmidt, the next highest total, he has 44, 5 behind Acuna Jr. And Eugenio Suarez rounds up the top 3. He has 38. RBI leaders in the American League, Chris Davis has the most, 106, 2 behind him. Nelson Cruz has 104. Mitch Moreland and JD Martinez tied with the third most. They're both at 102. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with 114. Eugenio Suarez has 104. And Ronald Acuna Jr. above the century mark now. He's at 101, third best on this leaderboard. Run score leaders in the American League, Xander Bogaerts has the most, 102. And in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most with 111. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Malik Smith has the most at 36. Adalberto Mondesi, 6 behind him with 28. Jose Altuve, Whit Merrifield, and D. Gordon all tied with the third most. They all have 26. In the National League, Starling Marte still the leader. He has 46. 2 behind him, Trey Turner, who has 44. And Jonathan Villar rounds out the top 3 with 37. Walks leaders in the American League, Shin-Soo Choo the leader with 81, and in the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with 94. On base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a .414, 1 point behind him. JD Martinez, who has a .413, and Josh Donaldson, the third highest, with a .409. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with a .439, Ronald Acuna Jr., the next highest, at a .428, and Christian Yelich, the third highest, with a .425. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Yoan Moncada at the top of the .650 slugging percentage, Justin Upton the next highest at a .646, and JD Martinez the third highest at a .616. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads. He's still the only one in Major League Baseball at this point with a slugging percentage over 700. It's at a .731. Paul Goldschmidt the next highest at a .670, and Christian Yelich rounds up the top three with a .653. On base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Justin Upton has an OPS of 1.038, 2 points behind him. Yoan Moncada, who has a 1.036, and JD Martinez, the third highest, at a 1.029. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 1.159. Paul Goldschmidt, the next highest total, at a 1.109, and Christian Yelich, the third highest, at a 1.079. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League, Lucas Giolito has the most with 16. Hyunjin Ryu, Zach Greinke, Jake Odorizzi, and Jordan Montgomery each tied with the second most. They all have 14. In the National League, Walker Buehler leads with 17. Steven Strasburg, the next highest, at 15. And Madison Bumgarner rounds up the top three with Yu Darvish. They both have 13. Losses leaders in the American League, Sean Manaea has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 3. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Brad Hand has 42, Liam Hendricks one behind him with 41, and Hansel Robles at the 40 benchmark. He has exactly 40. He's third best on this leaderboard. In the National League, Kirby Yates leads all of Major League Baseball with 45. Will Smith and Kenley Jansen each tied with the second most in the league. They each have 44. ERA leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has the lowest at a 2.45, Sean Manaea the next lowest at a 2.71, and Jake Odorizzi the third lowest at a 2.98. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the lowest at a 1.87, Marcus Stroman the next lowest at a 2.33, and Carlos Martinez the third lowest at a 2.47. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Kenta Maeda has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He's allowed 9. And in the National League, Carlos Martinez and Caleb Smith tied with the least amount among pitchers that qualify. They both have allowed 10. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 5 shutouts, and Garrett Cole has thrown 3, the second highest total. And in the National League, Jacob deGrom has thrown 5 complete game shutouts. Zach Wheeler has thrown 3 complete game shutouts. They're the top 2 on this leaderboard. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole has the most, 227. Lucas Giolito the next most, he has 205. And Jake Odorizzi rounds at the top 3 with 189. In the National League, Steven Strasburg leads with 235. Max Scherzer the next highest in the league with 201. And Clayton Kershaw still on the brink of 200. Right now he's at 199. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers. Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 5 complete games, and Garrett Cole has thrown 3. He's second on this leaderboard. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has thrown 5. Zach Wheeler has thrown 4. And Aaron Nola third best with 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu has the most, 193 and a third innings pitched. And the National League, Steven Strasburg has the most with 191 and a third innings pitched. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, Jordan Zimmermann and Carlos Carrasco have allowed the least amount. They've allowed 35. And in the National League, Brett Anderson has allowed the least amount at a total of 35. Whip leaders in the American League, Sean Manaea has the lowest at a 101, Hyunjin Ryu the next lowest at a 109, and Masahiro Tanaka the third lowest at a 110. In the National League, Pablo Lopez and Clayton Kershaw, they each have 106s, but Lopez's is slightly lower than Kershaw's, so Lopez 1, Kershaw 2, and then Strasburg 3 with a 108. Pitching world leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the highest of 4.4, Masahiro Tanaka close to him at a 4.3, and Kenta Maeda rounds up the top 3 with a 3.9. In the National League, Walker Buehler leads with a 4.7, Jacob deGrom at a 4.3, Steven Strasburg slightly lower than deGrom's, but he's also at a 4.3, but the third best on this leaderboard. And batting world leaders in the American League, Yoan Moncada has the highest at an 8.3, Alex Bregman at a 7.5, second best, and Francisco Lindor third best with a 7.3. And in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. getting close to a 9 for the season. He's at an 8.8 right now. Marcus Semien the next highest at an 8.5, and Nolan Arenado the third best with an 8.2. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Sunday, August the 30th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.